I've always thought of myself as brave. Driving alone at night, even past midnight, never scared me until that night. That night changed everything. It all started after a housewarming party at my friend's new house. The party was fun, but I left late. The roads were empty, and I was driving through an area I didn't know. Soon I realized I was lost. Then I saw her, a girl standing in the middle of the road, waving for me to stop. Her pale face appeared in my headlights, and something about her made my stomach twist. But she looked desperate, and I couldn't just leave her there. I stopped the car and rolled down the window.
Please help me.
She said her 3-month-old baby had been hurt and needed to get to the hospital right away. In the distance, I heard a faint baby's cry. My heart sank. Without thinking, I said, "Don't worry, I'll help." I got out of the car and followed her toward the forest.
Please hurry. Come with me.
The night air felt colder as we walked. The forest around us was unnervingly quiet. Then I heard it, a cat's meow. I looked up and saw a cat perched on a tree branch, staring down at me. Its glowing eyes sent shivers through me. When I turned back to speak to the girl, she was gone.
Hey! Hello!
The baby's cries grew louder, echoing in the dark. I followed the sound, determined to help. But instead of finding the baby, I found a tape recorder hidden in the bushes. The cries were coming from it. Before I could make sense of anything, the girl reappeared. But she was different now. Her feet were gone, and she stood on bare, jagged leg bones. She tilted her head and gave me a sinister grin. "What are you looking for?" she asked, her voice calm yet chilling. My body froze. Then, as fear took over, I ran. The crunch of leaves behind me told me she was following. When I reached my car, I dove inside and locked the doors. My hands trembled as I searched for my keys, but they weren't there.
What's wrong? You can't find your keys. Let me help you find them.
Desperate, I grabbed my phone and called the police. My voice shook as I explained what had happened and begged them to come quickly. Minutes felt like hours as I waited, every second fearing she'd return. I looked up and saw her standing a few feet away, holding my car keys. She smiled, twisted and cruel, and then disappeared back into the trees. Finally, flashing red and blue lights appeared. Relief swept over me as a single police officer stepped out of the car. I told him everything, and he nodded, heading into the forest with a gun. I stayed by my car, too scared to move. Then I heard it. A blood-curdling scream that echoed through the night. My stomach dropped. I ran toward the sound, calling for the officer. But when I reached the forest, I froze. The officer lay on the ground, dead. His face was twisted in terror. I turned and sprinted back to police car, tears streaming down my face. I started the engine and drove away as fast as I could. That night changed me forever. I learned that not everyone who asks for help is what they seem, and I'll never ever drive alone at night again.